Hello, this is your weekly chord tutorial with Mr. B. These lessons will teach you the chord you need for the songs on my channel. If you enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, today we are looking at the E chord. Or the E major chord, I should say, so as not to confuse it with the E7 or E minor chords. This one is quite a tricky one to do, quite a stretch across your three fingers. We'll have a good look at it. We'll have a look at the notes that make up the E chord and also where you can find it in my channel. Although it is a chord that I tend to try and avoid if I can do, and if it's all possible, I use the E7 chord instead of the E as much as I can. It's just a much nicer chord to play on the ukulele. But we'll have a look at the fingering, and we'll look at the notes that make it up for a bit of theory, and then we'll look at where you can find it on my channel, and also a bit of variety with another E chord later on. So let's get into it. Our E chord is a real stretch. Our first finger goes at the top of the first fret on the G string like that. Our second finger goes at the very bottom of the second fret on the A string. That's the hardest bit of it. The fact straight away you're really stretching your fingers apart. And then on the fourth fret, not the third fret, which would be a lot easier, the fourth fret you've got to sneak your third or your fourth finger. I've put on the diagram fourth finger, but I personally prefer to use my third finger if possible. Again, it depends how quickly you've got to reach the chord, but if you can do, get your third finger into position there. So that's on the C string. So it's first finger on the G string, first fret, second finger on the A string on the second fret, third or fourth finger on the C string on the fourth fret. And it is a nice sounding chord, nice strong E major sound. But it is also a really horrible stretch with your fingers, and it's not one you want to be playing for very long. If we have a look at the notes that make up the E major chord, you've got an E, a G sharp and a B, and then the notes we can come across straight away if we look at the fingerboard diagram. So our G string at the top with our first finger there on the first fret is going to become a G sharp. Our second finger at the bottom is going to become on the second fret on the A string is going to become a B, and our third finger is going to become an E on the fourth fret there on the C string. So we've got G sharp at the top, E on the second string, an open F on the third, sorry, an open E on the third string. So we've got two E's there, G sharp, E, E, and the B on the A string. So our second finger on the second fret there becomes that B. So G sharp, E, E, B. And there's our E chord. Let's play some down strums. And down up pattern. So there we go, there is our E chord. Where possible, like I say, in songs, I do use the E7, which is your first finger at the top and second and third finger on the second fret. So first finger at the G on the first fret, second and third finger on the C and the A on the second fret there. So a much easier variation on the E there, but that's sometimes you have to use them both together and you get a nice variety when you do. But that is our E chord. You can find that in my level 5 song, You Only Live Twice, a bit of James Bond for you. A bit of variation for the E enthusiasts. We've got the E flat chord with our first finger on the A string on the first fret, and then a semi-bar with our third finger across the G, C and A on the third fret. And that is the E flat chord. But today we are looking at the E chord. And I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching.